Case number 25-1709 and 25-1710, FY People versus Charlotte Pendergrass, People versus Jalen Pendergrass. No appearances.
And good.
Dominic.
My apologies.
Dominic DeGrazia, P69815 on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Terry Johnson, P70773 on behalf of Ms. Charlotte Pendergrass, who is present and stands to my left.
Good morning.
May it please the court, Judge. My name is Adam Clements. My P number is 77233. I'm here on behalf of Mr. Pendergrass. Sir, state your name for the record, please.
Yes, it's
Good morning, everyone. All right, so date and time scheduled for arraignment. Do you wish to have the charges read? Mr. Johnson.
Your Honor, for purposes of arraignment, we'll waive formal reading on behalf of Ms. Pendergrass, and would like to enter a plea of, ask the court to enter a plea of not guilty.
Very well. As to Ms. Pendergrass, the court will enter a plea of not guilty. As to Mr. Jalen Pendergrass.
Your Honor, we waive formal reading of the information as to allow the defendant to stand and have a plea of not guilty entered on his behalf.
All right, court will enter a plea of not guilty on behalf of Mr. Pendergrass. As to bond for Ms. Charlotte Pendergrass.
Your Honor, while I understand that these charges are very serious, I'd like the court to take into consideration the mere fact that this matter... I'm sorry. Oh, Your Honor, I'm sorry, I'm normally used to the prosecutor being in the courtroom.
Yeah.
My apologies, Mr. DeGrazia.
Judge, I ask that there be no bond set for each defendant, or alternatively, a very high cash bond. Regarding Ms. Charlotte Pendergrass, she does not have any criminal history. However, she is charged with second-degree murder. And I think, more importantly for bond purposes, this is a case where the evidence, I believe, will be abundant that both defendants, but particularly Ms. Charlotte Pendergrass, engaged in a extended campaign to lie to the police, lie to law enforcement, to cover up her actions. She was originally charged with lying to a peace officer, which was later dismissed because an FBI agent is not a peace officer in Michigan. But the point is that Ms. Charlotte Pendergrass, I don't believe, can be trusted to follow the orders of the court. She has shown in the past her willingness to be deceptive, to be untrustworthy, and given the serious nature of these charges and the circumstances behind the actual crime itself.
All right, pause right there. No criminal history, but second-degree murder charges and alleged cover-ups? This is where bond hearings get intense. Prosecutors aren't arguing guilt yet, they're arguing risk. Do you think lying to police automatically...
This court is aware Ms. Pendergrass was placed on a bond, a high bond, and Ms. Pendergrass followed all of those bond conditions. Not a single time was there any allegations that she violated or did anything that she should not have done. As a matter of fact, Your Honor, even after the case was dismissed, that was back in August, so about 3 months ago, she's done absolutely nothing. She has nothing to hide. The problem is she didn't cooperate with the police in a manner in which the police wanted her to cooperate. To come forth and say no cash bond, or to say no bond or a very high cash bond is ridiculous. She is not a flight risk. She's been here at every single court event. And I would ask that if the court sets a bond, that it be a reasonable bond. Again, based upon her actions that this court has saw.
Defense firing back hard. Compliance, court appearances, 0 violations. This is classic courtroom chess. Prosecution says danger, defense says track record. And honestly, showing up every time.
She work.
She's a caregiver, Your Honor.
To someone who lives in the home?
No, Your Honor.
And the address we have for her on Roth, is that the best address?
What street, Your Honor?
Roth. Okay, so Mr. Johnson, if you can make sure we have an updated address too for her?
I will take care of that.
If that's not the correct address. Then the address that is correct, how long has she been there?
Approximately a year, Your Honor. Is this the address out county, outside of Inkster?
Whatever her current home address is, how long has she been associated with her current home address?
Oh, over a year.
Okay. All right, court, in consideration of the charges, in consideration of public safety, and I am concerned about the charges that include tampering with evidence and or allegations of not being cooperative.
Boom. $5 million cash. That's not just a bond. That's a statement. The judge is signaling serious concern about public safety and evidence tampering. Question for you. Is this
You may not be in possession of any weapons, ammunition, drugs, or alcohol, and you can have a seat for the moment. Mr. DeGrazzi, as to Mr. Jalen Pendergrass.
Well, obviously, Your Honor, the seriousness of the charges are severe. I would ask for no bond or very high cash bond, but Mr. Pendergrass specifically, he again, like his mother, showed a willingness to lie to the police and to deceive police. But more than that, he is presently charged in Oakland County with making a false report of a felony. He was originally given a tether bond, which was reduced. And since that bond was reduced, it's my understanding that the defendant has recently been arrested under suspicion of operating while intoxicated. Now, it's my understanding he hasn't been charged with that crime, but he said at least has had police contact while he's been on bond in a pending case in Oakland County. So for those reasons, Your Honor, I again ask for no bond or a very high cash bond.
Mr. Clements?
Yes, Judge, what I would say on behalf of Mr. Pendergrass is it's interesting and rich that the prosecutor brings up my client's Oakland County case, a case which I believe undeniably will be dismissed. The reason why my client's bond was decreased in that particular matter is because the case is in fact so weak. But nonetheless, Judge, I'm in a venue where litigation is underway. We have a motion to dismiss that's pending in that regard, and I think that we'll be successful. But I think what's pointed in this particular case is that in that particular matter, my client was placed on a house arrest tether. During that particular time, he never missed court, he never violated any conditions of his bond, but moreover, and more importantly, as it relates to this investigation, in this case, when did Mr. Pendergrass ever flee the jurisdiction? When did he ever run from law enforcement? When did he ever refuse to come in and meet with them? And it's news to me that he ever provided any false statements. I'm sure Mr. DeGrazia will give you some discovery to that effect, but I've never seen any of that information to suggest that he's provided any false information to law enforcement. So rather than attack a criminal history, the prosecution is asking the court to look at allegations that didn't even lead to a charge as it relates to an OWI. And that's purposeful. And the reason for that is because my client has no significant criminal history that the prosecution can point to. He's been compliant throughout this entire ordeal. So to somehow suggest that he would be a flight risk when he's never fled or done anything to that effect suggests that he's a flight risk simply because we've decided to charge him after 6 months. So what I'm asking the court to do in this particular matter is to consider the fact that if a defendant is compliant all the way through, retains counsel, and does everything that he's asked to do, at what point do we actually respect the fact that he's presumed innocent? I'm asking the court to set bond in this particular matter at $100,000 cash surety. My client can go on a house arrest tether. He's not employable right now. We don't have any objection to him being on house arrest, and he's already demonstrated that he can comply. But more compelling than anything, judges, he's looking forward to having an opportunity to finally have his name cleared. We want the evidence to be brought forth just like everyone else does, because as of right now, only the prosecution has that evidence. We've never seen anything that suggests that he's broken the law in relationship to the death of London Thomas, or that he's obstructed justice in any way at all. So for those reasons, Judge, I'm asking for a fair and reasonable. Thank you.
Very good. Okay, considering the factors that this court must consider in order to set bond or any type of pretrial release, given the nature of the charges, was Mr. Pendergrass working at or around the time of the incident? And if so, where and how long?
Well, at the time, at what period of time?
Back in April.
Well, he wasn't allowed to work, Judge, once he was charged in Oakland.
Okay. What was he doing before that? Where was he working?
He was not working at that.
Okay, gotcha. All right, and so the court is going to remand Mr. Pendergrass, set no bond given the nature of the charges. And we need to set a probable cause conference date. Is everyone available to zoom in for a probable cause conference on the 22nd of October?
What time would that be, Your Honor?
9 a.m.
Yes, Your
I'm
Honor.
sorry, Judge, I didn't catch that date.
October 22nd, 9 a.m. for PCC on Zoom.
On behalf of Ms. Pendergrass, Your Honor, I'm available, or will make myself available.
Mr. Clemens?
I made it work.
All right, Mr. Degrassi, you're good with that?
That's fine, Judge.
All right, and, we'll set dates for next year. We'll set exam dates of that. I was gonna try and see if we could pick exam dates since I have all of you here and everybody's got a calendar.
Oh, I understand, Your Honor. I would hope, once we receive discovery,
Okay, then you'll have a better idea of how we need to schedule.
yeah, hopefully I'll get it all this time.
All right. All right. We'll see all parties back on the 22nd, 9 a.m. Thank you.